Good morning, everyone. As you guys can see, I'm outside and it is actually, I'm gonna say something here that might trigger some of you guys, especially you northerners. It's actually cold. It was actually cold this morning in Florida. What do you think, Bowser? You're a reptile. Tell me, how cold was it? Bowser came down here to leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gigantic piles of tortoise poop down here. A couple more over there. Classic. But other than that, we're gonna get into it. I got a starter for it, but it's the wrong one, unfortunately. I just bought like a generic LS starter and it's got the wrong bolt holes. I need a truck starter. Thought it would work. Forgot that there's like differences with this LS stuff. It was just a GM LS starter, white zinc from Summit. Wrong one. But I did get some new bolts for it, so we can get some fresh bolts in there. Always nice to have. But let's get going on something here. So I have an actual cross member coming for this transmission. It should work. It's kind of always a roll of the dice when you have a different K member versus cross member. So obviously the company that makes the cross member doesn't know exactly what K member you have, and so on and so forth. So it's could be a little different. I'm kind of expecting potentially a little different, but with these Power Glide trans, you can have a pretty good amount of play in where it bolts up, so not too worried about it. But right now the rear end is at full droop and this is pretty tilted back, but not really. It's probably about a good spot, honestly. And the trans is tight up against the bell housing all over and up against the motor, so we're good there. But we are at 84.4 degrees and then the back is 86.5 degrees, so really we are right there. Like it's pretty perfect. Somebody commented to use the pinch weld because that's a flat, and then you zero down on the pinch weld. That's a good way to get perfectly levelness. Is 0.8 degrees, so like just under 1 degree. Not really too bad, but we don't really need to know that exactly. There being this much room above the trans is nice. That's definitely something I like because it just makes everything a lot easier. Getting bell housing bolts out is a lot easier when you have more room, but we'll see once the cross member comes. So just doing a little bit of measuring here. Next up, I want to put this guy in. This is a throttle cable. I want to make sure that this all fits. This is the right length and everything. So get this guy mocked up, figure out where we're going. Like I was doing the other day, it's all backwards, like the way I'm doing this, because I don't have everything with like just laid out. If I had every single part, then it'd be a lot easier. I could just put it all in, but I don't have every single part, so I'm doing things just backwards and as I can do them. The throttle cable will have a little bit of play for the tilt in the motor, so I'm not too worried about it, but everything else is kind of just do it as I can. And I hate doing it like this, but it's just how it goes sometimes. Probably mess with the shifter cable a little bit too today. At least get it ran through the car, because you gotta like do like a S, and then I'll just go to here with it. Figure out what bracket I'm gonna use, because shifter cable has to go right to there, and I can't put the header on until I have a starter, and they don't have any starters local, so I'm just gonna return this one to Summit and get the right starter. So let's get to it. So this is the same throttle cable I use on the Camaro. It's the same length and everything. I always try to keep as many things similar between cars as possible, because if you ever have an issue, you can always grab it off of a different car. But I do also like to try different parts and everything. But so I'm gonna start on this. So it's kind of a pain. You gotta pull this cable all the way through. I don't exactly have more than 2 hands, so bear with me. That's probably gonna fall. Okay, we'll put this guy over here. Don't disappear. Now things are falling off. Okay, this is fun. This is enjoyable. I can put you guys on my supercharger that are now sitting atop of supercharger. It's weird, like one of my things that I always hate is like when YouTubers are like, we got a new turbocharger, like they've never said that word before, but I'm out here saying supercharger. I don't know, blower? Like, you can always tell when you're watching a YouTube video and the person has never said the word turbo before. They're like, oh yes, we ordered a new turbocharger. I don't know, it just irritates me. Oh, it's tight. Forgot how tight it was. Toit. Toit like a toiger. Not many YouTubers are as bad at filming themselves as me. I'll have to give myself props for that one. If there's a YouTuber that's worse at filming themselves than me, please let me know, because I am top tier bad at this. So I got my super JDM washer I'm gonna put there. That's where the OEM throttle cable goes in. I have it come around here, so you kind of just goes right there, right through to block the kind of blow off valve, the, I don't know, whatever you call that, recirc valve, and then go around, P-clip it to like these bolts right here, wherever it's not in the way of the fuel rail. Once we get that far, once I buy injectors, because I've been putting off buying injectors. And then just goes kind of around, way too long, to right here, and then into the OEM spot. I put the fuel rail on just to test fit it. Figured I would just kind of loosely thread everything in, just to give it a little bit of just to give us a better idea of where the throttle cable can go and can't go. And I believe I zip tied it to the fuel rail. Obviously, no LSA car ever came with a drive-by cable throttle body. They're all drive-by-wire, which we're not doing, so you don't really have a provision for all this. Okay, so I'm doing a little bit of a mock-up here. I just cut a little bit off of this guy, and it looks pretty good now. It's clean. This isn't exactly how I want to do this. It works pretty well. I'm pretty sure that's how I had it last time I ran this throttle body and blower combo. I have a couple different connectors. This one can go there, but I don't have the rest of the pieces to screw it in. I lost them or something, I don't know. Or maybe I never had them, honestly, no idea. It's supposed to like kind of slip in nicely, but I can never get it just right on this. Maybe once I cut this I can, but everything works pretty good now. The gas pedal does work. I can show you guys it. Let me get a flashlight. Little headlight here. So I hate doing this, but I find myself constantly comparing this chassis to the Camaro, just because, I mean, they are pretty similar. They're both mid to late, they're both late 90s, mid 90s cars, so they're pretty similar. And you guys saw the gas pedal on the Camaro. It's just like one little thin rod, not exactly sturdy. This one, on the other hand, is pretty nice. Wait till you guys see this thing. So there's the gas pedal, comes through up there, but just look at this thing. It's like this solid, like, not solid, but like got I don't know, it's like double layer. It's really nice, much stronger than the Camaro one, and it doesn't have like 6 spots of movement on it like the Camaro one is just kind of junk. But this one's really nice and works good now. So just need to secure it up top and we're good. All the adjustments are pretty good. I need to tighten it and secure it, but other than that, it's looking nice. Okay, so I ordered a dial indicator the other day to check the run out, and this was like my just kind of start, and I have like 17 thou of run out, and from what I can see, the desired run out is like 8 thou to like 12 thou, if that makes sense to you guys. I mean, it's like, it's a complicated thing, but starting to figure it out. So because the pinion depth was already set and this stuff is already set there, there's really nothing I can do besides control run out. All right, I think I got it figured out. So just kind of playing with spacers on each side, and then, you know, that gives me exactly what I need. And you can see my nice tight tolerance there. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like 6 or 7 thou. So just about perfect. That is the backlash you would want. Pretty much spot on. The website I'm looking at here says you'd want between 8 and 12. So let's see. I mean, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, we have like exactly 8. So kind of leaves us on the safer side in case there's a little more. In case this thing's a little inaccurate, it might be. I'm gonna check it in a couple different spots just to make sure, but we're looking good. So I'm definitely happy with that. It's really not too bad once you kind of just dig into it. I'm glad to be doing this. A 9-inch would definitely be a little easier because you kind of set it on the bench. You just pull out the third member and do it all like that. Like the Camaro has a 9-inch. And speaking of which, I actually was thinking about getting a 1/8 mile gear for the Camaro for the back to maybe try a different class. Just a thought. Let me know what you guys think. 1/8 mile racing is more fun in a lot of way, and it takes a lot more skill because short track is so difficult versus top end is just horsepower. So something I kind of want to play around with, and I have a lot of thought about. But now I'm off track. So question to some of you guys that probably know more about nuts and bolts than me. I've never really ran into a bolt that has like this pattern on it, and I don't understand fully what it's for. I mean, obviously Ford did it for a reason. These like star patterns like this. Just not exactly convinced why. 727 Bowser, this is not helpful. No, please don't knock my stuff over. Okay. No, dude. There's not much you can do about this. You just have to let him work. You smell. Can you please exit the building? Alright, see you later. Don't hit the Camaro. Oh. Precision driving. He didn't touch it. Well, there we go. Look at that. So axles are both in, bolted down. This is the C-clip eliminator deal. Cut this off, and then you put on the nice billet ends here. They bolt in. They have a little gasket in between there. I probably should have just done gray RTV, but you know, I'll probably regret that in the future. I don't trust these kind of paper gaskets like that. The rear end housing, this is the new cover I got from UPR. This thing looks freaking awesome, and then you tighten these guys up so they support the spool here. I know last video I did not call it a spool, I misspoke. I do know it's a spool and I know what it does, but you know, my brain doesn't always say the right words. Yeah, so you know, get some gray RTV because for some reason I never have gray RTV, which is always kind of a bummer. I feel like every time I need to use it, I have to go get it for some reason. So something I need to just keep around with me. And then once this is all bolted up, we can finally get it rolling onto the car. Hey dogs, how you guys doing? Watch this, Luna bowling. Yeah, he just came into the shop and hit the radio. How you dogs doing? Oh, Jess is gonna grab a grapefruit, or try. So these dogs will only play fetch with a grapefruit. And that's a grapefruit tree. And Jess has been jumping and getting all the grapefruits down, and now she's out of grapefruits she can jump and reach. She has no more grapefruits to get.
Well, she can't reach anymore?
I don't think so. Sealed up the rear diff cover, and now it is it's put together. This is what it's gonna be. It might make noise, it might not. It might break, it might not, it might work, it might not, it might howl, who knows? But I don't really care because I'm happy that I was able to figure it out, do it myself, and hopefully it works. I don't know, it's all a learning experience. I look like I got a mustache. It's all a learning experience, but definitely a enjoyable one. So next one, maybe it'll go smoother. Just keep pushing, right? All right, the old diff is out. She gone now. No more of this nonsense. And just going through some of this stuff, and I want to explain a couple things. So Mustangs have these upper torque boxes here, and they are very prone to failure on Fox bodies and SN95s and, you know, new edges. I think the newer stuff, they got it pretty figured out because of just how much friggin' material they finally use. But a lot of people cut these out and weld in aftermarket torque boxes. We talked about it, me and the guys over at UPR, and we just we didn't see it being fully necessary at this point in the kind of power I'm trying to make and everything. I would definitely gain a lot by doing it, and I could lower the car a little bit without messing up the geometry too much. But for what we're trying to do, I don't think it's going to be a huge issue. Maybe down the line, it could be a cool thing we add, but for now, I know a lot of you guys are going to ask about it. I am not doing torque boxes. I don't think it's going to be that necessary. It's really bad on the Fox body cars. You basically have to do it. On the SN95s, they have it pretty well figured out, so I'm not too worried about it. But going to be replacing all these upper and lower arms, and then you know, just junk this thing. Time to clean all this up, and let's get a fresh coat of paint on there. But this diff looks awesome, and I am super happy with that. This is the old sway bar. We're gonna do a weld-in anti-roll bar, so definitely don't need this guy anymore. Don't need any of this. All going down the road. Definitely these guys, some stock junk, but very nice to have this car just creeping along, moving along. Oh, 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 don't hit. Whew. Guys, I'm just moving around some tires here. You'll find out about all these in a later video. And I just have to take a moment to admire this garage shop layout. It is truly, this is truly everything I have dreamed of for the last, I don't know, 10 years, probably longer than that. This is everything right here. Could do without you guys, so just wanted to quickly say thank you. Appreciate you guys watching the videos. Appreciate you guys buying the merch. Appreciate you guys just liking the videos, even if you don't watch them, if you don't have time, all of that good stuff. Comments, DMs, all of that is what keeps me waking up every morning to do this kind of awesome stuff. Well, I would do it anyways, but without you guys, it would be a lot less cool, if you guys know what I mean. So thank you guys so much for watching. Just doing some organizing here. Figured I'd open up both doors. It's a beautiful day. Need to organize my tire racks. There's quite a few. A lot of these are not all that useful anymore. Damn, well, if you guys remember, I moved this motor the other day in trans. Look at that, we had a catastrophic failure of our dang old rolling cart. It might actually still work, maybe. It's not touching the ground yet, so maybe. Oh yeah, look at all them nice wheels and tires. Got a drift day, practice day coming up, so gonna get these mounted up on the 240. Probably swap out these for some fresh grippy boys, some fresh fronts, fresh rears, and those are the Fun Haver wheels and tires. Guys, we've had a great tragedy here. RIP Lizard. Zuckerberg will miss you. Your leader, Lizard Man. We give you back to the earth. So I'm gonna end it off here, but I have a big question slash dilemma still. I have not figured out wheels for this car yet. Unfortunately, it's not the same lug pattern as the Camaro because car companies are toxic and they can't decide on the same lug pattern for some ungodly reason. I don't... Come on, guys. We could have all used the same lug pattern. But aside from my hatred of OEM, I can't decide on wheels. So the Camaro, you know, has these wheels. They're very not, like they're very not drag looking wheels. A lot of people don't even think that that's a 15 in the back. They think that that's a 17, but that's a 15. 275 tire on the back, and then it's a 17 up front. Little skinny boy. And then I don't know if I should just do these again. And I do like the look. It's like very like not traditional drag car, but for this car, I don't know. I don't know if I should do the same or different. I was looking at these are called like the drag lights, but these are like the Jegs knockoff version of the drag lights, and you can get the whole set for like $1,000. Or I don't know, maybe something different. I don't want to put like some baller expensive wheel on this thing because it just doesn't need that. So I was thinking like something simple like this. 15s all around because they don't make this in a 17 up front, which honestly I probably can't even fit a 15 in the front because of how big the brakes are. So I don't know. It's worth a try, but these are pretty cool. I don't know, I think I'd like these. Hard to say. What do you guys think? Do these, do another set of those, or do something else altogether? What do you guys think? Let me know. What wheels do you guys like? I've been around a lot of wheels. Let's see. I think these brakes are like 13 inches. Yeah, these are like 14 inches almost. Yeah, probably a 15 might fit. Maybe it'd be tight. I might have to do some clearancing on the brakes, but that's gonna do it, guys. Just in the shop working video. I spent a lot of today cleaning up the shop, and that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Keep it saucy. I'll see you next time.